it's just me? Okay. Alright, so for this episode, I wanted to kind of talk about what had happened. I had basically came across a couple of friends who had reposted the Ghostbusters trailer, who disliked the portrayal of the black character there. You know, which I have to admit, even I was heavily disappointed, because I was kind of like, yeah, Ghostbusters, women, yeah, like I was all into it, and then when I saw the trailer, it was like, yeah, ghetto subway worker. Catch it on Netflix. Like, that was my reaction to it. But a lot of people kind of felt like, this is what the white Hollywood wants. And I'm partially offended because I have family members who are. And, you know, I have friends who are all kinds of colors and religions and from different planets and stuff. That I'm cool with everybody. However, some people felt like it's only, like, white Hollywood. I'm like, it's not necessarily. At some point, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to ignore history, but there are other points in my personal life, what I have personally experienced, is that it sometimes, quite often, can actually come from within the own community, within your own community. I keep forgetting how to speak English. I mean, for me personally, I look like many things. I can be Dominican, I could be Jamaican, I could be, I don't know, Southeast Asian, Indian, Middle Eastern. It doesn't really matter, because some people just look at me and they go, oh, I know what you look like. Or they go, you look like the women of my country, which I take as a compliment. You know, especially when people think that I look like this or if I look like that. You know, I get it. I got the high cheekbones, chinky eyes. I know. I'll never tell you what I am. But anyway, besides all that, I'm sorry, that's my dog. He's being mad invasive. But anyways, I was disappointed with the trailer because of how she's portrayed. I was kind of like, wow, just living up to the standards, huh? You know, it sucks because she's an actress and she's kind of like stuck in between these moments where these are the roles that she has to choose. You know, sure, she could have just said no, but someone else would have filled in that role regardless. And again, I don't think it's all coming from one end. It does come from within the community. And my personal experiences from dealing with it is that it's awkward. Especially when it comes from within the own community. Like, for example, I had gotten up real early in the morning. And I'm a kind of person who likes to stay up all night playing, like, Oblivion till morning. Like, you know, you see the sunlight, you're like, you know, that kind of thing. However, when I have to get up in the morning, oh, that's not my best pursuit. So I actually got up, like, I think 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, which was, like, impossible. And to get dressed and look appropriate for public, yeah, that's mad hard work. So I got up there early for an audition, and I get there, I got heels on. I mean, it is early. I could barely function. So I get there, I got my portfolios, my high fashion portfolio, my commercial portfolio. In fact, I'm the only girl there. And according to my agent, they were looking for like 15 girls. I mean, by the end of it, only 11 girls showed up, being me being the 11th. And usually for these kind of auditions, they hire everyone. You know, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, got my books, I'm early. One of the hairstylists is already taking a look, he's taking a liking to me. He's like, I know what I'm going to do for you, I know what I'm going to do with your hair. He's already kind of playing, fiddling, and I can see the fantasies of colors all going through his head, because he's like, I got me a paintbrush, and we're doing everything, which is fine. So I get into the audition, and the CEO of this particular company, I'm not going to say names, you know, trying to avoid being sued and stuff, but I will never use their hair products, ever. So the CEO of the company, who was black, because it was for black hair products, because black people come in different flavors, whether you're Spanish or Indian, it does not matter. The point is, this was be for the people with curly hair. You know, that includes it whether you're colorful or not, because you could be Irish. Curly hair people exist everywhere. You don't have to be like, yo, in order to have curly hair. We just have different types of curls, that's all. curly hair people stick together. So I get in there, and I've had a fabulous morning. The other girls that walked in were literally walking stereotypes, almost in a sense like how I was looking at the Ghostbusters trailer. They showed up late, they looked completely busted, unprofessional, didn't have their books, and then they had the token white girl, who I happen to know. She's this very sweet Jewish girl that I know, very gorgeous. She doesn't have curly hair. And I know her because we've worked on a few projects together, and I mean, we weren't conversing while we were there, but I remember going, oh my god, hey, what's up, girl? And I walked into the auditioning place because the CEO walked in late, and I was like, all right, whatever. It's her audition. She can walk in late if she wants to. And I've had a great morning. I'm feeling confident. I'm like, got this. You got this. And the hairstylist loved me. Like, that was what was going on in my mind. So I walk in with the CEO, the black CEO, and the hairstylist. Now, the hairstylist, I think was Spanish. I can't really remember too much, only because the experience of the memory has now focused on the CEO of this product. And the CEO took one look at me. I am about to sit down, like, can't wait to show my portfolio. Those pictures are looking good. I can't wait to show them. So that's me in the midst of sitting down slowly, only to be met halfway to the seat, to have her sit there and just bluntly go, you're not ethnic enough. Hold on 1 second. Did this heifer just tell me I was not ethnic enough? No. No, that's not what just happened. So I sit down, and when I look up, her hairstylist is sitting there going, did you just say that? And I remember thinking to myself, did another black person just tell me that I was not ethnic enough? Like, what would be the requirements of ethnic? And she wasn't talking about my hair. She wasn't talking about anything. Because right now my hair is a little different at the moment. But she wasn't talking about that. She wasn't talking about anything. She just looked at me and was like, you're not ethnic enough. And I was so heated. But when you are a model or an actor going into an audition, you can't be like, what? Like, you can't do that. So you just got to be mad cool about it. Like, oh, sorry, I'm not ethnic enough. Like, like you have to just kind of just take it for what it is, even if you want to say a few things, even if they're colorful and creative. So I was pissed, and I wanted her to explain to me, like, how am I not ethnic enough? You asked for multiracial, black, ethnic women with different types of curly hair to come in. You need 15 models. You only have 10 here, 11 if you include me, and I am not qualified for your hair product? Alright, whatevers. So, so I walk out heated. I mean, you could have been like the old cartoons. They were like the little omelet just frying on my head kind of thing. So what makes it even funnier is that when I walk out, my friend who's white and she's Jewish sees me, and she's like, girl, I'll see you at the photo shoot. Like, she's all excited. And I was kind of like, I didn't know how to tell her, oh, I didn't make the cut. So within 2 days, she's on there. Every other girl that was literally at the audition was there at this photo shoot. And one, I was very much singled out, but the way she chose to single me out was kind of like, her. That's like me going up to another random black, Spanish, or, Indian person and be like, you don't seem very ethnic. Like, I don't know, maybe too, non-ethnic. Because they, things like that get you shot in the street. Like, I'm just saying, like, let's be serious, let's be real about this. So you're kind of like telling me I'm not ethnic enough. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I've also dealt with a situation where I was working in a play production where I've never watched any of the Medea movies. I'm not a fan of them. I kind of just feel like it perpetuates stereotypes. I know he has a large fan base. That's fine. You watch it. That's great. But that's not what I grew up with. So when I see the portrayal of what I guess I'm supposed to like and enjoy, I don't like it. I don't watch the movies. I don't find it entertaining to me. I actually will sit there all dumbfounded like, where is the humor? You know, I don't get it. So it's not for me. It's not my cup of tea. So the reason why I brought that up was because I was working this play production and I was supposed to be playing the mother. We had been doing rehearsals. Everything was great. Everything was fine. And 2 days before the show, the director was extremely upset because he was going, I'm not getting what I want from you. And I was thinking, okay, am I not being motherly enough? Like, what is it? He's like, no, all that's fine. This is fine. That's fine. I'm thinking, okay, well, if everything's fine, then what is the problem? I want you to be more black. Like, be more black. Like, be your black self. And it was weird because the guy who said it wasn't white. He was black. So I was staring at him like, what do you mean be more black? Because this was supposed to be an all-black production in front of an all-black crowd. And it was in front of an all-black crowd. So I was kind of confused. Like, please, senor, I have a little question. What do you mean be more black? And he's like, you know. And I'm staring at him like, obviously I don't know because you just pretty much told me I'm not black enough to be the mom here. What am I supposed to be doing? You know, like, because my mom, what she did, you know, don't get me wrong, she's blonde straight from her hair to her toes. If you saw a picture, she's going to get me for that. But, you know, my mom had me reading books, you know, speaking like I had an education, making sure that I spoke well, that I read books, that I was constantly on top of my education. So I present myself a little differently from someone who's originally from the South Bronx, who's originally from these kind of like tight ghetto neighborhoods. I represent myself a little differently. So I was sitting there going, what do you mean be more black? And it was weird because I knew I wasn't the only actor who's kind of like, are you telling us to become the stereotype for an all-black crowd that's coming to watch this production, and there are going to be kids in that audience. And these kids, you know, when you think about it, that's what they're going to be processing. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be. It's like the infamous doll test. You know what I mean? So, finally, he goes, oh, you're not getting it. I know what you've watched. It would make sense because every black person watches this because this is our Bible of blackness. Like, that's how he presents it. And he goes, be like Medea. And I looked at him like, be like who? Medea. You know, He starts doing all the, like, the black stuff. And I was thinking to myself going, so you want me to be a complete stereotype for an all-black cast? Where's this coming from? So when I see the Ghostbusters thing kind of happening, I was thinking, it's not just white Hollywood. It's also coming from within the community. You know, which is why, what's that show? I love that show with Chris. Not Chris, Anthony Anderson. The show where it's like Blackish. That's my show. Because that's me. He's a sweet man. I actually met him in person when I first started doing like background acting, and I was trying to be smooth, and I was dressed as a hooker and on Law and Order, and everyone kept going, "You make such a cute hooker, like you're so cute," and it was like, oh my god, well, let's have a backup job, you know. Mom, sorry, I'm just joking. But the thing is, he's a sweet man. And I actually walked into a wall because I didn't expect him to speak to me. And he's like, good morning. And I was like, oh my god, he's not a douche. Wall. Oh my god. Oh, he saw me and I kind of like ran for it. But the point is, like, it's not just coming from the white Hollywood. It's actually coming from people's perspective as well as from what we put out there. Like, I'm not really a fan of watching BET because I don't relate to the things that are out there. And personally, there are different flavors of black. You can be Spanish, Indian, Middle Eastern. It doesn't really matter where you're from. We've been mixing and mating so much for so long. Some point, someone has some kind of blackness in them as much as they have some kind of whiteness or Spanishness. Nothing really matters. There's no such thing as a pure breed. I'm sorry, we've been mating way too long. That's my theory. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. But I just want to know is it just me, when it comes to feeling like it also comes from within the community and that it's really the world's responsibility, not just if you're black, to portray more positive images so we don't have trailer moments where we feel, is she supposed to be a stereotype? So yeah, please, share with me. Let me know. Oh, by the way. I'm crazy for you. Crazy.
I got new shoes. Okay, I'm good. Hey, Sugar, check out my new shoes.